This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. Oh, no applause? You're all fired. This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that's
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence. Excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Don't you just love a good intro, though? Welcome into Braylon Lee's virtual tour live. We do have a lot to talk about. Hello, 5 people in the building. Hello, Lady B. Hello, Life Online with Colton. We do have a lot to get to this evening. Amanda Seals is some type of way about not being recognized in black spaces. Meanwhile, there are people on YouTube hustling to be in the same space you complain that you ain't being seen. But is it your behavior that's diminishing your message? We'll get into that. Bryan Hearne, for those of you who may or may not know about Quiet on Set, the Dark Side Kids TV. Well, Bryan Hearne got told something by Nickelodeon that I am not here for. We'll talk about that. Dan Schneider, if you guys don't know him, he is the golden boy or the lead head of most of Nickelodeon's programming. iCarly, Victorious, The Works, and everything else. We'll talk about Dan Schneider. Jonathan Majors is back in the news. We talked about him this morning with Megan Good and that awkward kiss. Now, I know I said what I said said that men don't like, lipstick on the lip. But let me tell you something. If Jill Scott's my wife, if Melody Cherie Lee is my wife, if Nzinga Lee is my wife, damn it, kiss my lips, damn it, we together. Well, Jonathan Majors is back in the news. I'll tell you why. Beyonce is giving reasons on why she is debuting Act 2 as country. And then Bumble, are they changing their honey in terms of the app experience? Let's talk about Higher Is Way and Glow's available. But either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background. You hear the virtual tour music. And then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Woo Pig Suey Razorbacks. You already know what it is. Glad to have all of you here in the building. All right. Let's get to it. I've been trying to hold off on Amanda Seales. I really have. But, we got to talk about her. We got to talk about her. Lord Jesus. Here we go. Amanda Seales says Black Hollywood snubs her, so the internet explains why. The Insecure star and comedian took to social media to air out her grievances on alleged exclusion. Amanda Seales is sounding the alarm and expressing her disdain over the exclusion she feels she experienced, particularly in Black Hollywood circles. In a post to her personal Instagram on Sunday, the comedian Insecure star thanked her fans and followers for reminding her of her success, but then took a beat to question why that success hasn't translated into further inclusion into Black spaces. I just want to say something. If it wasn't for y'all, I really would think I ain't doing ish, she began, because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the Black spaces in the industry because y'all know I don't give two damns about any of these other spaces, but the spaces is what I'm referring to, which is largely in part why I realized I need to shift out of this industry. It's hard to shift out of an industry when nobody asked you to be in the industry, but that's neither here nor there. Seales goes on to reveal that she didn't get invited to Essence Black Women in Hollywood, nor has she been invited to the NAACP Image Award, despite being nominated. I think that was for an Insecure nomination, if I'm not mistaken. She also shared that she's never been invited to Black Girls Rock, nor she had been invited to the BET Awards, but she hosted the BET Awards in 2020 from her house. So I just want to thank y'all for always reminding me that I am valuable to the game, because the industry I've been in has never let me know, she concluded. And a follow-up video, Seales clarified the point of the video was to highlight the people and supporters of her work, not necessarily calling out those spaces, but instead interrogate why those spaces that benefit from the ardent challenging of systems that oppresses don't see or value in what she and others like her do to enhance those spaces. I don't think there's anything crazy for not wanting to be left out of celebratory space of the celebratory spaces of those spaces, she said. In her comments, Essence responded directly to Seales writing in the Instagram comments, "We hear you, we love you, we will do a better job at showing up for you and showing you that love is real. Happy to offline to see where we can show up for you." There you go. Others in the comments on Instagram, like activist Mika Mowry, singer Layla Hathaway, Selena Johnson, affirmed Seales shared similar sentiments. Likewise, on Twitter, most came to her defense as well. Amanda Seales is another one y'all like Azalea Banks. Well, Azalea Banks is just straight up crazy. So Azalea Banks is in her own category. So, a person's personality doesn't change the truth. I admire Amanda Seales for and value her crucial and challenging work, building for popularity over discussions. We must ensure a safer environment for our community in this tough world. I briefly looked up the lineup for Essence Fest and quickly spot anti-vaxxers, accused abusers, and assaulters, anti-trans viewers just hilarious, and former drug dealers. But Amanda Seales being annoying on the line, yeah, okay, wrote another. However, others were a bit less understanding. I followed Amanda Seales for a few days on IG and was like, woo, this is enough. It's not that she's wrong about the stuff she says, but it's like, girl, when do you have fun? What do you enjoy in life? She's talented. I actually like her stand-up she had, but where are your friends? Woo, it takes a lot for Black people not to uck with y'all. A lot. We see how excuses are made and passes are given for the most egregious of behavior by the minute Hollywood Blacks, even more so. Wrote another user. All I remember of Amanda Seales' word was getting on her live and talking about being discriminated because she was light skinned or some ish like that. Those Hollywood blacks let anybody come around. Jussie or Juicy Smollett, Majors, R. Kelly still being defended. Chris Brown, Issa Rae seemed like one of the most down to earth, cool, and actual social self guy out them up people ever. If she don't uck with you, then we know it has to be you. Has anybody tried telling Amanda Seales that maybe she's the problem? None of your peers, events, colleagues invite you to places because you're not enjoyable company. Amanda Seales complained that Black Hollywood does an F with her after years of burning bridges and ruining her chance to properly conclude her last big role because she was beefing with the black cast. Is on brand for the lack of self-awareness that I expect from her, said another. Well, let's talk about it, shall we? So, Amanda Seales reveals that Issa Rae's publicist kicked her out of the Black Hollywood Emmys party. So this comes to us from the Jasper, and that last story came to us from The Root. So she was kicked out during Emmys weekend last month. This was a while back. And revealed that she had been kicked out of the only African-American after party. See all of that right here, okay? Interestingly enough, while she initially said it was a white woman named Kira who gave her the boot, she now has said it was a black woman, Vanessa Anderson, who doubles as a publicist for none other than Insecure creator Issa Rae, who really had the power to kick her out. Interestingly enough, Seales co-stars at Insecure herself. Seales took to her Small Doses podcast in an episode called Side Effects of Professionalism, part 1, to give more details. She said of her and Anderson, "We are not friends. She's never been nice to me ever. She's always had a curtness. She's always seemed to be bothered simply by my demeanor, my art of communicating with her. At a certain point, it became, well, this is not someone I need to speak to because I don't work for her. She doesn't work for me. There's no reason for us to interact for all intents and purposes and intent, so we don't." She also said this wasn't the first time Anderson has used her power to keep her out of a party. In fact, she said Anderson went off on her when Seales had trouble getting to last year's Black Hollywood Emmys party. She alleged that Anderson told her, "Amanda, no one has time for this right now. I do not have time for this." She also said that Issa wants no parts of it. Issa said, "Yeah, I mean, that's between y'all. This is her party, and so it's not my jurisdiction to tell her how to treat you at her party." That's factual. Like, I could bring you, but if that person don't like you, then guess what? That's up to that person. Then she defended her actions and name dropping Anderson. It's very frustrating to be somebody who's just trying to do good work and have to deal with this type of unprofessionalism, to have to deal with this type of formality, and to deal with this literally type of petty actual social self-uckery. And Hollywood is so rife with this. Some behavior does not deserve the luxury of anonymity, and this was the instance where no, I'm not going to have this story told by other people without telling my story. Lord, Amanda Seales, child. I mean, honestly, like, Amanda Seales, to me, like, yes, she has a master's degree in Black education, right? And African-American studies, right? Clap it up for that. We need more people to know our history so they can utilize that information and teach it to us, speak with us, not at us. But when you out people like this, it doesn't do anything good for you. I mean, that's like when Speak With Your Girl Marcella did that sorry ass apology to Sassy TV from the AO3. She didn't do it because she wanted to do the right thing. She did because she got caught. And so when Amanda Seales does the same thing as Speak With Your Girl Marcella, and she is ranting and raving and doing this, that, the third, all around the world, and you don't get invited to spaces, maybe it's the way you carry yourself. See, sometimes the way you carry yourself determines how you end up in life. I'm just saying, because I don't know of anybody in Hollywood that can drag like this and still have a career. I don't know of anyone that can make a sorry ass apology on YouTube, but yet have the Black Dassy, Black Parksy, and Black imagination to think it's cool to take somebody's public Facebook information and post it on YouTube. Where is somebody posting your grandkids' public information off of their public Facebook onto YouTube, or posting your daughter and her husband's public information on YouTube? off of the public Facebook, or posted your son and his wife public information off of the public Facebook onto YouTube, that you will be pissed off with that. So it's the black audacity, black hypocrisy, and black imagination to think that just because you're in Hollywood means you get to do whatever you want to do. No, there's consequences for what you do. Now, Amanda said, and I quote, that, she doesn't really, she's not recognized in spaces. Well, she was on the Tamron Hall show. Now everybody gets on the Tamron Hall show, and she has a new syndicated Radio 1 show, right? So she is on WRNB 100.3 FM in Philadelphia, and it's available to additional radio stations. So she has her own radio show, okay? She has Smart, Funny, and Black. She also had a weekly show, Smart, Funny, and Black Radio, on Kevin Hart's LOL Radio. So she is into spaces, but you cannot just do what you want to do. You just can't do it. So, Black Enterprise also got into the conversation as well. So it says here, let's see here, and I'll let you guys hear from her, because, we don't talk about people without letting them speak. So, here she is.
Something. If it wasn't for y'all, I would really. If it wasn't for y'all, I would really think that I ain't doing shit. Because the industry I'm in does not recognize me. And to be clear, I'm speaking about the black spaces in the industry I'm in, because y'all know I don't give two damns
to see you
about any of these other spaces. But the black spaces is what I'm referring to, which is largely in part why I realized I need to shift out of this industry. I don't get invited to Essence Women in Hollywood. I've never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. I've been nominated for an Image Award. Never been invited to the NAACP Image Awards. Never been honored at Black Girls Rock. I've hosted these events. You know what I'm saying? I literally hosted the BET Awards in 2020 in my house, and I was not invited to the BET Awards since. So I just want to thank y'all for always reminding me that I really am valuable, because the game and the industry that I've been in has never let me know.
Okay, child. Amanda Seales has a history of people not wanting her around. I used to hate that for her, especially in her insecure days. I've always wanted to see more of her, but she has to work on her energy. One Twitter user wrote, "It becomes telling when people don't want to be around you." So for those of you who may not remember Cerronius Jackson, the asshole that has a brother named Darius Jackson that did domestic violence to Keke Palmer, and Cerronius Jackson is trying to take away the rights of his baby from the baby mama. So we have forgot about you two assholes that are brothers. We haven't forgot about y'all. But I'm bringing the brother up for this. Cerronius Jackson said, and I quote, "You cannot be mean to people and expect people to be around you," in so many words, right? And by the way, shout out to Black women in the building. She had a absolutely great live. She was doing a ladies chat thing, and she absolutely did a great job. I know it was ladies night, but I came through and supported. And like I said, I got no smoke for anybody, but accountability, responsibility, and tactfulness. Can we please give a damn about that? Just because you are out here don't mean you don't deserve any smoke. If you do wrong, you get talked about. If you do good, you get talked about. In the words of Roland Martin, if you do good, I'll talk about you. If you do bad, I'll talk about you. And guess what? If you don't want the smoke for doing something wrong, then don't do anything wrong for you to be talked about. What we doing here? Damn, and he or she who has that sick cast the first stone. I'm far from perfect my damn self. But at least I don't go and take public information off of a public Facebook and post it on YouTube and think that shit's cool. Sorry, the fuck? Let's keep rolling, because I got more receipts about Amanda Seales. Oh, we're not done yet. We're just getting started. not being welcomed and being unbearable to be around so much that the Black community thinks it's best to keep you away from them on two different things, added someone else. One viewer even shared why they decided to unfollow Seals on Instagram after noticing how every day she was ranting or complaining about something. It's exhausting. According to social media, Seals might want to try to do some soul searching before she decides to criticize the industry for not rocking with her. Well, I mean, she does have a podcast called Small Doses, so I guess she can only take the truth in small doses, I guess. You know, I mean, hey, listen. I guess I'm just trying to think, how can you be smart, funny, and Black, but can only take in information in small doses? I'm trying to figure out how that works, but that's neither here nor there. So here's this story here. And then I got some comments from the culture. And these are a lot of comments, okay? A lot of them. If everyone says the same thing about Amanda Seales, could she be the problem? The entertainer has allegedly been divisive for a long time, suggesting things are more complicated than she lets on. Dustin J. Serbert. To her fans, Amanda Seales is beloved as an outspoken pro-Black critic of white supremacy. But for many who have met her or people who have met her, her reputation as a difficult person far precedes her reputation as an entertainer. I fit in both categories. I never met Seales, but I enjoy her Instagram takes on social justice issues. And seldomly do I disagree with her. But I know several people who know her or have worked with her. Her irrecyclable, combative nature is well known among Black Hollywood and Black media circles. These folks don't really put her on blast on social media. It's more like those who really knows what's up with Amanda Seales just know. She knows of her own reputation, as she's alluded to or addressed it directly in interviews. So to my surprise, when she dropped an Instagram video last weekend decrying Black media for not supporting her, woo, Lord, the video has Seales trending with division among her supporters who believe she's being blackballed for being too real and detractors who think it's the latest example of her complaining too damn much. As a longtime member of Black media, I can tell when certain people tweeting about her know of her character first or second hand. Amanda has had a likability problem ever since she was Amanda Diva on MTV2. Oh my Lord, not MTV2. For those of you who don't know, MTV2 was the sister network of MTV. Let me pull up MTV2 for contextual purposes. This is what we do over here. We get down. We get down. And that's why I do this show, because I really do believe in the power of information that can be utilized as a tool to help people, not a weapon to tear people down. So this is MTV2 here. So basically, the channel initially launched as an all music video service. Once the original MTV has started shifting its program with its parent network, MTV2 focused on music programming that would be gradually downplayed during the 2000s. By 2011, MTV2 would primarily target young adult men with original and acquired lifestyle reality programming, reruns of male target shows from MTV, acquired sitcoms and movies, and a daily block of hip hop and rock genres in the early mornings. Due to Viacom's 2017 restructuring plan, MTV2's original programs were eventually moved over to the flagship MTV network, while the former network dropped its music video blocks in November that year. According to February 2015, there was approximately 79,416,000 American households that received MTV2. So there's the context on that. And yet at no point she has seriously considered that she's the problem, still well over a decade later. Seales' alleged difficulty harkens back to her MTV VJ days, where she was known as Amanda the Diva. She allegedly lived up to her moniker so much that she needed a brand change. So going back to her birth name, Seales, in 2007, she was briefly one half of the now disbanded group, R&B group Floetry, during which time she had such animosity with member Marsha Ambrosius, by the way, a legendary R&B singer, that she admitted wanted to fight Seales during a Breakfast Club interview. Hey, Teresa, right? Good to see you, beautiful. Glad to have you here. And like I said, I wish everybody well. I really do, because social media is bigger than this. But what we're not going to do is think that he or she who has not sinned cast the first stone. You're not going to do that. Think stones can be thrown back at you. That's what we're not going to do over here. I don't know about other channels, but not over here, okay? We keep it real over here. For real, for real. So, she also courted drama in 2019 when she accused former NFL player turned neurosurgeon Myron Rolle of sexual harassment. She kept his name out of it at first, but dropped it when she said several other women came forward with similar complaints about Rolle, whose response provoked Seals to clarify her accusations, leaving a lot of people confused about what really happened. Right here. This is from Myron Rolle. I understand that in today's world, the responsibility falls on the accused to prove themselves innocent, as opposed to one's alleged accuser having to prove their claims before going public. Unfortunately, I found myself victim to these very circumstances. A blogger, online personality who I've never met in person and have only interacted once via phone, recently claimed that I verbally harassed her during a phone call exchange. She furthered these claims by saying that anonymous sources have come forward and have added their accounts to her narrative. Let me make myself perfectly clear. These accusations are absolutely false and should be characterized as exactly what they are: acts of bullying, intimidation, retaliation. I've also been raised to respect women and to also keep my personal affairs private, as that is the respectful thing to do. However, I will not sit idly by and allow someone to engage in intentional character assassination simply because I did not return their advances or did not wish to engage in a relationship as they may have wanted. Accusations of sexual harassment should be taken seriously, but the same should be said for false allegations against someone and that the impact those accusations could have in today's digital world. I thank you all for your support and for allowing me the opportunity to stand up for myself against actions of bullying, intimidation, and retaliation. Hey, Mahogany Meeks, welcome in. And y'all, the allegations turned out to be false, and he got proven innocent. So yeah, that's what Amanda Seales did. That same year, Seales was literally escorted out of the Black Emmys party that she allegedly crashed. The removal was apparently at the behest of Vanessa Anderson, publicist for Seales, Insecure co-star Issa Rae.
For the record, I am being denied entrance to the Black People's Emmy party. And it's a white woman telling me I can't go in. I just want to put this on record that I'm literally being told you cannot get entrance into a party that Jesse Williams invited me to, that is the only Black event for the Emmy people, because a white woman is telling me I can't get in. But I'm fine.
So this is security
Oh, hang on.
escorting me out of the Black Emmy party. That's what's happening. I am not being granted entrance to the Black Emmy party in Hollywood. This is Jay, this is security, and I am being escorted out of the Black Emmy party.
This is just to remind y'all that, like, it really doesn't matter, like, how hard you work or how good of a person you are. Like, you just gonna be in some bullshit. Like, the fact that, like,
Let's keep going.
being some bullshit. Like, the fact that, like, I literally was humiliated just now because 4 security guards were asked to come and remove me from a party that is supposed to honor Black people at the Emmys. And it was a white woman named Kiara who made it her business to do this. It's just,
Lord help.
Ooh, I'm not gonna cry though. I'm not gonna cry.
You're not going to cry, but yet you went on Instagram to talk about it. Make it make sense. And out of all people, she showed up with my wifey, Jill Scott. Now, Jill, I love you. I'm not going to have smoke for you because no one could ever make me have smoke for you. The only smoke we create is the fire when we are together. Okay? Mentally and otherwise. Praise him. Amen. Hallelujah. Still, Still, speaking of insecure, the cast has made clear that years after the shows for now, they still very much rock one another. But we never seen Seals in the social media of any of the primary cast members, which tracks with the rumors that she's had beef with them. The perception of Seals is complicated in that it intersects with the very valid issue of strong-willed, outspoken Black women being marginalized or asked to shrink themselves in the name of patriarchy, and the fact that anyone can be an asshole. Her fans, most of whom have never met or interacted with her, will always likely assume that she is the former and have her back. Seals' challenge is that Black folks' memories are as long as train smoke. Ooh, train smoke, y'all. Train smoke. Just follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Just follow me. Look, hashtag follow me. So, say if the erstwhile Amanda the Diva pissed off a lower level employee at a Black media company 15 years ago, and that person rises to a decision-making position, they're likely to be disinclined to invite her to things. It's that old chestnut play. The same folks you encounter on the way up are the same folks you encounter on the way down. Hey, Lynette Stiller, good to see you, beautiful. And I got your message this morning. I absolutely love you, and it is all good in the neighborhood with me. It's good to have you here, Lynette Stiller. Good to see you, beautiful. Love you, value, appreciate you for sure. Seriously, Black says Amanda Seals complained that Hollywood doesn't uck with her after years of burning bridges and ruining her chance to properly conclude her last big role because she was beefing with the Black cast. Is on brand lack of self-awareness that I expect from her. Again, Seals is not a dumb woman. Well, being dumb or being smart is in the eye of the beholder. So, I mean, hey, that's this person who wrote the article's opinion. So she knows this. Her video threatening to leave Black Hollywood indicates that she is seeking absolution from her fans, which she might do better by humbling herself. Black folks do respond to authentic penitence. She has written all the pieces in place. She has all the pieces in place to have the career she wants. I'm not sure she's willing to do what it takes to get there. To her, it will always be everyone else's fault. Shout out to this person who wrote this article from The Root. Their name is Justin J. Siebert. Now, I told you I had receipts, right? Listen. Right here, she did the same thing to me. I mentioned that she should have a conversation with Candace Owens because I felt that Amanda could possibly educate her. She got really nasty with me. She's very rude for legitimately no reason. At times it's off-putting. People simply ask her questions all the time, and she jumps down people's throats or come back with some Aaliyah's know-it-all condescending comeback. And it's like, girl, do you just want to educate or position to just be heard? So that's from Chef Stephanie 144. Not done yet. For context, my comment was on a video she posted of her going in on Candace and her antics. Estimate, sounds like you weren't disrespectful. I wasn't either. She is a bit much. Right here, let's share this tab here. No, I actually was complimenting her. She had a lot of sense. She's just rude to people, and it's all throughout her comments and interactions with her audience. Now listen, I just got these comments from the culture. Okay, I did ask these people to make these comments for Virtual Tour Live. I do my research. She's unlikable. I commented on her page asking for the backstory. She kind of flipped out on me. I was genuinely asking a question. She did the same thing to me. I was blocked from Instagram for 7 days this past November. Amanda being denied entry to the party, she did not seem to understand her place. It was not her party, and Vanessa had every right to deny her interest. Sounds like it was a power move for Vanessa part. I have no power, and I'm letting you know it. No one owes her explanation. She was asked to leave instead of doing so. She escalated the situation until she was surrounded by security guards. Amanda is like Monique. Both have an abrasive personality and are just not likable, and both are paying the price for it. Let's keep going. Amanda is her own worst enemy. There's nothing wrong being outspoken. Absolutely not. I'm outspoken my damn self. But at least I'm outspoken for the purposes, in the words of our God rest in peace, our uncle of the culture, Congressman John Lewis. At least me being outspoken causes good trouble. Purposeful good trouble, that is. Let me revise my statement there. But she has something to say about everything and everyone. By the way, an example, she talked about DDG and Haley Bailey, about how DDG is a bum, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, Amanda Seals ain't got nobody. Hello, she also defended Jussie Smollett over it being cool to lie about a rope being around his neck, amongst many other things. She states her opinions as if they are gospel and treats people like they're inferior and they do not agree with her. I remember she had unsolicited commentary on Haley Bailey and DDG when she is literally old enough to be their mother. That's when she lost me. Who wants to invite you to an event or party when there's always some drama or hard feelings? Let's keep going. I'm not making any of these comments up. Amanda, honey, you're annoying. You're turning every issue into a political issue. The world's already polarizing enough as it is. The last thing people want to deal with after a long day is even more politics. Let's keep going. There's something I like about Amanda, but to me, her energy can be very draining. No one wants to be around someone who seems always to be in her feelings about something. While there's always something to be upset about somewhere in the world, I personally have to close that out from time to time for my sanity. Take away me, triple, quadruple 11. I'm right there with your sister. I don't know if people can do that around her. In personal matter, she seems to struggle to choose her battles. Everything doesn't deserve so much energy. I agree. You definitely got to pick and choose your battles. Amanda doesn't understand that's not what she says, although it is about that sometimes. It's about her delivery. Sometimes she sounds arrogant AF. She doesn't know when there needs to be a fight back and when she needs to chill. Every time I hear about her, she's always complaining about something. Problem is with that attitude, people won't even listen to her even when she is right. Amanda Seales did to herself. She is too hard to work with. Her preach down attitude made her flop at stand-up. Rather. Her one acting gig on Secure, not her one acting gig on Insecure. Oh my Lord. 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 Left her castmates avoiding her, and to be honest, her plight for Black struggle also came across trying hard to me. And also, y'all know she was on The Real and she was doing the most on The Real. So you have gotten some amazing opportunities, but anybody can get an opportunity. It takes somebody to utilize it, and you just don't utilize your opportunities. Point blank at the period. A celebration of Blackness, more like a celebration of whackness, girl. And Amanda Seales did say that. She did say that about the Emmy part, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when Amanda got into it with Issa's publicist, it was over her not being allowed into a party for Issa. The whole cast of Insecure was there. We as the public can have our opinions about her, but we don't actually know her. Not one person from the cast who has worked with her for years stood up for her during that incident. In fact, one guy said that she was awful. Now she feels like she's being blackballed. Is this really a situation when there is smoke, there is actually a fire? Amanda needs to understand that you're not going to get praises for everything you do. She should know that there's ebbs and flows in the industry. It's screaming, pick me. Amanda Seales, aka Amanda the Diva, forever remember for two things: getting clowned on my brother and me, making false statements against former NFL player turned Dr. Myron Rowe, which thankfully charges were dropped, and she should have been charged for making false statements. Let's be real and call a spade a spade. The publicist worked for Issa Rae. Amanda's character went missing from the show. Issa Rae's the executive producer. Issa Rae don't like her. If Issa Rae is there, Amanda won't be. True, because when Issa said it was her publicist's party, not hers, so she's not going to say anything to her publicist about why Amanda's not invited to the party. I'm like, damn, she must not have liked Amanda, because ain't no way you like someone or consider them your friend and you won't ask your own publicist why they have a problem with your friend cast member. It just seems like Amanda wasn't really liked by Issa either. Oh, I'm not done. Let's not forget the Insecure cast came out against Amanda during this time as well. None of them really up with her like that. Amanda be doing too much. I met her years back, and she rolled her eyes at me when I passed her. We were both live artists at events in New York City. I wasn't even trying to say hi. I just passed her, noticed her. She looked me up and down and rolled her eyes. I could tell just off with that. She used to say in Harlem she would walk around like she was top dog. The problem is with Amanda is, as much as she is an outspoken person, she usually doesn't consider the people around her. It's usually all about her and how she feels at that moment. There's a time for everything, and she needs to learn that. Why is she the one always offended? Why is it that she is always the one finding a problem in all the workplaces she is in? Teresa Wright says Amanda definitely talks too much. See, I'm not pushing people to say what they say about Amanda. I'm not. Why is it that she's always the one finding a problem in all the workplace she's in? This woman made a huge deal about being kicked out of a party she wasn't invited to, thrown by someone else who doesn't like her. She wonders why people don't want to work with her. That part, I totally agree. Totally agree. Wait a minute. Amanda knows that this influential woman doesn't like her, but instead of initiating a private conversation to find out and resolve the issue, she's popping up at events and uninvited, demanding to get in. I agree with Issa. Instead of trying to pull her, Jill Scott's manager, into their beef, Amanda needs to talk to this woman directly, preferably not on the night of her events. But Amanda's starting to act like as if she doesn't know or care why this woman has beef for her. So stop going to her parties and stop acting a fool at the door. I'm sorry, I'm going to need to hear the other side of the story before I can throw a cape on for Sis Seals. Nikita Key 6447. Shout out to you for defending my wifey Jill Scott, her manager. Absolutely. Don't involve other people into your mess. Clean up your own mess. I'm a flight attendant. She was one of the worst celebrities on the plane. Just rude, super entitled. I was sad I even acknowledged her because I was watching her on Insecure at the time. You would think she was a A-list celebrity. Dear Amanda Seals, you can't shake the table and want to be liked. It's weird that she isn't even invited to certain spaces, but she has to be liked. F-em. Oh, Lord, the issue with Amanda is she lacks accountability sometimes. Not only is it always someone else's fault, but she thinks she's smarter than everyone. I've been around, and she does not know how to talk to people and justify. So this is the same woman that felt she deserved to go to a party where she openly admitted her and the person who threw the party don't get along. She went in knowing that they didn't get along. She wasn't invited. Yes, you're going to be removed, especially if you choose not to leave a party that you weren't invited to. They owe you no excuse if they didn't want you to come there in the first place. Your cast even tried to come to your rescue. Insecure cast, Flowetry, the real NAACP, etc. It's always a fallout with everyone. And then to make it worse, you're always inserting yourself where you're not needed. Hollywood has its issues, but so does she. Y'all, we're almost done with the receipts. I think when she got into that argument with that publicist, she was done. Publicists control most of these celebrities' images. Plus, she was being difficult on the real down. I'd say that, and her false accusations against another black man. Oh, yes, he's a highly respected doctor, if I'm not mistaken. She's her own worst enemy. She comes off as snobbish and condescending. Reality has come and knocked at her door. We black folks have to create our own lanes. She should have used her creativity to make short YouTube films. And that's how Issa Rae got Awkward Black Girl from YouTube, and now she's in Hollywood about to build a complex in South LA. And she has a whole deal with HBO. Come on. Yes, she does. She will ask, and someone will ask an innocent question. She responds so rudely, like, girl, why are you acting like that? Yeah, her support and defendant of Jussie Smollett was wild, calling him brave. On one hand, it's messed up Amanda Seals experiencing this. One thing about she walks her talk. On the other hand, can't be everybody. Flowetry, Insecure cast, the real NAACP, etc. So she's got to be doing, at least to some degree, some really off-putting things. Amanda Seals literally bites the hand that feeds her. By all means, take up for yourself when wrong, but not everything is meant to be addressed on public platforms. She gives this energy of someone who is never happy, never satisfied, always looking for something to complain about, especially if it's political or racial. She describes the incidents about not being led to the parties, which she clearly states she doesn't like those industry's parties. So if you don't like the industry parties, then why go to them? Your behavior diminishes your message. In the words of Ayala Van said, and gets mad and make a big stink about it. Sis, if you don't like those parties, at the first no, you should have been like, well, that's my cue to head home. Bye. But no, you make it seem clearly that lady Vanessa doesn't like you. We can all tell by what now. How you figure you can force your way into a party by thrown by someone else who doesn't like you? Make it make sense. It's giving entitlement. She's her own worst enemy. She comes off snobbish and condescending. Oh yeah, I read that comment already. Amanda used to have my respect, but lost it when she called Jussie Smollett brave for what he did. Her arguments were so crazy on this topic. I was just thinking about this the other day. It was messed up for real. She sounded delusional in that episode. She said that what Jussie did was noble. I understand she's very pro-black and she feels she needs to be a voice for the people within her own community, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And Jussie was completely wrong. And I think that was on the real. Right here. A whole bully. I love someone standing up and protecting our culture, but not everyone's going to see eye to eye with you. That doesn't mean you have to be the victim in every scenario. That's her. Sorry, not a fan. Finally, someone sees that. I'm not a fan of hers either. This person right here, valid question. Why do y'all dislike her so much? I really be trying to figure that out. She's just very vocal. There's nothing wrong with that. Because she talks too much and she wants to yell her way into every room where there's value in silence. I do not disagree with her on many topics, but she lacks grace and couth. She comes across as a know-it-all on her delivery. No one likes one of those. Angela Rye. One of those. Angela Rye is a good example of knowing your ish, but knowing how to deliver it. And that's what's annoying about Amanda Seales. Right here. Thank you. She gets nasty when people disagree with her. She sends her trolls to harass and bully people that do not agree with her. She spends all day on now Instagram posting, seeming not to have life, hiding in her mansion in California up in the hills. Not one person wants to work with her. What made me dislike her is her nasty attitude and hate. Exactly. People refuse to have that conversation. Is leading to the best comment, y'all. Please understand. Please pin this comment. What she did to Dr. Rowley is unforgivable. I love her. And I do have to agree, he made some valid points. This borderline hubris is sad when someone's attitude overshadows all their hard work. This was well said. I like Amanda and what she stands for, but she just has some work to do on herself. The way she would act on the real sometimes was just uncomfortable. Learn how to disagree and not be rude about it. Learn to say things in a better way. And finally, the comment of comments. People's distaste for her has absolutely nothing to do with her activism and work for the culture, but has everything to do with her attitude and nastiness. As soon as you don't agree with her take on an issue, her nastiness and her bad attitude becomes a focal point. At what point do you look at yourself and look at what role you play in the people not wanting to invite you to these events or recognizing you? And let's not forget wrongfully accusing a black man of rape and never once apologized. And she doesn't seem to be simply happy. It's obvious that men don't want to work with her or have anything to do with her. One can like your plight, but your character can turn many away from dealing with you. I mean, what else is there to talk about? What else is there to talk about? I literally spent 46 minutes giving receipts on Amanda Seales. Oh, Lord. In the words of Iyanla Van Zandt, your behavior diminishes your message. One more time. Your behavior diminishes your message. You know what? I think Iyanla needs to say it. Give me one moment, y'all. Because this is where I'm at with it. And this is to all the haters that want to have smoke for everybody else, but won't be responsible for what the hell they say, including the content creator that I talked about, who gave a sorry ass apology because she got caught, not because there's anything good in her, but yet has some black audacity, black proxy, and black imagination to think taking public information off of public Facebook and posting it on YouTube is cool. I just want you to know what you did. Speaking with your girl Marcella, and what any hater, spectator, and sideline person will do, including Amanda Seales. Listen. Your behavior diminishes your message. Come on, guys. Your behavior diminishes your message. One more time, Iyanla, for the people in the back of the short bus. Real quick, beautiful. Just real quick. Because we got to get this squared away, guys. Your behavior diminishes your message. Thank you, Iyanla. Appreciate you so much. You know what? 2 more times, because it's so powerful what she's saying, because, like, the truth is the truth. Your behavior diminishes your message. One more time. Your behavior diminishes your message. That's it. That's all. We can roll on. We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hey, Yolanda Cameron, welcome in. Glad to have you here. All right, y'all. Next story, y'all. This story broke my heart. It really did. Bryan Hearne, he was a part of a show called All That on Nickelodeon. This comes to us from blackenterprise.com. Former All That child star recalls being called a piece of charcoal. A piece of charcoal. The charcoal briquettes that you used to light up the grill to grill meat on. He recalled being called a piece of charcoal. Describes his Nickelodeon experience as a torture chamber. Bryan Hearne recounts his experience in the docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. Ahead of the release of the Investigation Discovery 4-part docuseries Quiet on Set, The Dark Side Kids TV, actor Bryan Hearne has talked to people about what stuck with him during his time at Nickelodeon. The documentary, according to People, focuses on the experience of child actors who are sometimes asked to navigate a manipulative and sometimes sexually charged environment. The docuseries aired March 17th and 18th at 9/8 Central on Investigation Discovery and also streamed on Max. Now, I don't know if it's on Discovery Plus, but I'm assuming it's on Discovery Plus as well. So it aired for 2 hours from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hearne told People that what he experienced at Nickelodeon still haunts him. I was referred to as a piece of charcoal by an adult. He recalled remarks like that are harmful. They stay with you. Hearne, who was asked to portray a rapper whose stage name was Lil Fetus. That is so disrespectful to the many women that have miscarried. I can't. Told the outlet I was already in a comfortable position being a leotard. That's something that I'm not used to at all. Now, 35, Hearne was a cast member on All That for seasons 7 and 8, and sometimes will appear on a show called On Air Dare. People likened to a kid's version of Fear Factor. Now, I remember Snick On Air Dare, and I say that because of the simple fact that I was on Nickelodeon in 2003 during the Snick Sleepover Jam. All That was there. Drake and Josh was there. Bruce Willis was there because of the simple fact that Bruce Willis was doing the voice of Spike for Rugrats Goes Wild. By the way, y'all, shout out to Tea Talk with Your Girl. She will be speaking with Sweet Tea tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. So shout out to her. We'll give her some airtime for sure here. Not airtime in terms of promotion, but just airtime to show love to her here in just a minute. Snick On Air Dare. So for those of you who may not remember what Snick On Air Dare was, here's a clip with Bryan Hearne in it. Now I'm using this for contextual purposes. Okay. Now this was done at Nickelodeon on Sunset. Okay, so this is Nickelodeon on Sunset. This was formerly the East Carroll Theater. And so listen, I still have the pictures of me being at this famous hall here. So Nickelodeon on Sunset, it had all of these different productions here. All That, seasons 3 through 10. Keenan and Kel, The Amanda Show, Tyann, The Nick Cannon Show, Are You, All That, The Search for the Next Nickelodeon Star, and that person would have become a cast member on All That. Drake and Josh, Nick, Declassified School Survival Guide, Unfabulous with Emma Thompson, child. What is that woman's name? American Horror Story. Give me a moment, y'all. Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts was on Unfabulous on Nickelodeon. That's why I said American Horror Story, because Emma Roberts is on American Horror Story. The All That 10th Anniversary Reunion Special, iCarly, Dance on Sunset, True Jackson VP, Victoria, Sam and Cat, Bella and the Bulldogs, and SpongeBob SquarePants. 2017 live action scenes for Feral Friends. I think the Thundermans was taped there as well. A couple of other shows at Nickelodeon. So I was there, and I'll never forget. I had this picture with Giovanni Samuels. I still have it. My parents still have the VHS tape. We still have the folder that I won this contest. So it was on a Lunchables box. I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. Went to this elementary school that has unfortunately closed down. And my teacher, Miss Joyner, said she was going to throw away the box. I said, don't throw away the box. And I sent her the entry form, and Nickelodeon kept calling the house every day. And my dad thought it was a gimmick. So we won a whole trip out there. We went to Universal Studios, Hollywood, got to meet Woody Woodpecker. Shrek. There was Shrek 4D. There was this thing called Nickelodeon Blast Zone. I'll show y'all Nickelodeon Blast Zone real quick. And the reason why I'm saying all this is not because I know what's going on, but just to give you guys context, like when I say this is what I do, this is what the I do. You know, there's a lot of people that pretend to know what they're talking about, but that's not the case here. So here is Nickelodeon Blast Zone. So this was a water park at Universal Studios Hollywood. So that rocket right there, as you can see, there's water coming out the end of that. So basically on the rocket, there was water guns, and you can choose 4 different zones. You could choose, I think, 3 to 4 different options, whichever one got the most votes would happen. So they had dump bucket there. They had a wild thornberries zone over here. And I did not see Rugrats Magic, but then it switched over to Curious George there. So that's to give you guys a little context on that there. Now, here is Snick on air there, because this was talked about in the article. Here we go.
From Nickelodeon Studios in Hollywood. Welcome to this week's Snick on Air Dare.
Hi, guys! Welcome to Snick. Tonight, all that cast member is going to have to do something.
All good. It's all good. Is all good. Is all good. You meant grape. Is all good. Okay, let me get back on this YouTube thing here.
Really nasty or disgusting.
We are talking way past gross.
It will not be pretty.
Then I suggest for you to look at the screen and find out what dare they're going to see tonight.
It's all yours, Dia. Tonight's victim will have to... It's covered with peanut butter and be licked by dogs.
So that is Jamie Lynn Spears, if you are wondering. That is Britney Spears' little sister. Yes.
All right, we're going to go set up the stairs.
And when we come back,
We'll find out who's gonna have to do the dare.
yeah, will it be Bryan Hearne, Kyle Sullivan, or Chelsea Brahman? Yeah. You'll find out if you keep watching Snick.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Saturday Night Nick was a programming block on Nickelodeon. So this was taped, and then they aired the new shows during this block. And so when it went to commercial break, you got to see the show. Okay, so just to let you guys know about that.
You're getting all ready for tonight's Snick on Air Dare. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. These guys are gonna smear peanut butter all over the victim.
Which is already pretty disgusting.
I think it's even more horrible. The victim has to lie down and be licked all over by a bunch of hungry dogs.
Hey guys, guess what? I've just been informed that the dogs have arrived.
All right, what kind of dogs?
Oh, there's all kinds. There's 5 of them. They're extremely hungry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, keep watching, and in a little while, we're gonna find out which one of those guys back there
Oh,
has
Lord.
peanut butter and then licked by a pack of hungry dogs.
So I'm giving y'all the context because this relates to Bryan Hearne and what he said
Will it be
in that article.
Bryan, Kyle, or Chelsea? Brad will be back in a few.
All right, here it is, guys. Oh, Lord Jesus.
So, Bryan, do you like dogs?
Some dogs, yeah.
Do you like peanut butter?
Not all over my body.
So here's Bryan. And then here are the dogs here. And so they are doing. So I gave that context because Snick on Air Dare was mentioned in the article. So I'm giving contextual context there. And shout out to Vintage Kid for this clip here. Okay. So now you guys know about Snick on Air Dare and all that stuff. Let's get back to the article. Okay. All right. Here we go. We give context over here. So Snick on Air Dare People, which People magazine, people.com likened to a kid's version of Fear Factor. Hearne said that there was often no real communication about when he would appear on the show and described the situation as a torturous one. There was never any discussion, Hearne said. We felt like we couldn't say no. It was a really uncomfortable situation. It felt like we were part of this torture chamber. Hearne also said that he was treated differently, or at least he felt that he was treated differently from some of the non-Black talent on all that. He describes his relationship with Dan Schneider, who ran and created the show, as non-existent. Schneider was fired from Nickelodeon in 2018 after the company conducted an internal investigation after receiving allegations of verbally abusive and demanding behavior was made. The directors of the documentary series, Mary Robertson and Emma Schwartz, told Variety that they took great pains to shield the talent that they talked to from further harm, as several people who worked at Nickelodeon during that time have since been convicted of child sex abuse. Schwartz told Variety, pretty early in the process, we learned that there have been several people who have been arrested and convicted of child sex abuse at Nickelodeon. We began to hear whispers that the person who was the victim in Bryan Peck's case was Drake Bell, but we wanted to really be careful and really thoughtful about approaching someone who is a survivor of child sex abuse, especially someone who has at a point clearly remained very private about that. But at certain juncture, when we were pretty certain it was him, I wrote him a letter. That letter began a back and forth conversation, a conversation that eventually led to his willingness to sit down on camera. Schneider, according to the directors, was asked to participate but declined to participate on camera. But they told Variety that the responses he provided to their questions would be worked into the documentary. Schneider's representatives told People magazine, people.com, that the allegations were contained to adults and never concerned children. Nothing has been alleged about Dan other than him being a tough boss who got into disagreements with other adult executives at Nickelodeon. And when Dan departed Nickelodeon, a full investigation was done. And again, that's all they found. Hearne and G.Y. Samuels shared a close relationship, and Samuels feels as though their relationship and the representation it broadcast to homes nationwide helped her survive a work environment that didn't always seem to have her in mind. Samuels told People.com, People magazine, I didn't realize the significance of the impact that I made on people being the only representation that they had on TV and going through. I hate to call it a trauma bomb, but at least having somebody with me that I could talk to, not just a child actor, but culturally. Samuels also told People.com, People magazine, that she referred to herself and Hearne as the token Black kids on the show before delving into the topic of sexual assault behind the scenes. While they were unaware the alleged sexual assault of Drake Bell by Bryan Peck when Bell was just 15, Samuels said that the familiarity may have led to some child actors to believe that the adults were behaving normally when the behavior was abnormal at best. We're working 12, 13-hour days, and when you're on there for seasons, you grow comfortable and you do let your guard down. And again, you're also a child or teenager where you're looking to an adult like this is acceptable behavior or not. Samuel told the docuseries allows for better laws to be passed regarding child actors. She told People magazine, people.com, this dream costs and shouldn't for children as much as it does. We need better laws to protect our kids on set. I really hope that people with people watching this, that people will do better and not just look at children as a paycheck. I agree, Giovanni Samuels. They also did an interview. Giovanni and someone else did a interview, I think, with Lindsay Davis on ABC News Live or Good Morning America. Whew, so everybody cool so far? I know that was a lot. I know that was quite a lot. Now, Dan Schneider did respond to the allegations. He did respond to the allegations. Okay, so this is a long video, but this is from Dan Schneider, and you know that, and we will do an update on that. I did not see that story before Showtime, but of course we will talk about that as well. Here we go, Dan Schneider.
Hey, it's Boogie. I played T-Bo on Nickelodeon's iCarly. I got a chance to watch the Quiet on Set program, and I reached out to Dan to see if it was something that he'd be willing to discuss. I'm pleased to say that he said yes. Dan, how are you?
I'm okay. I really appreciate you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what we saw over the last 2 nights.
I'm really glad you're here because I believe this is important.
For sure.
We've got a lot of things to unpack. But before I dive into my list of topics that I'd like to discuss, is there anything you'd like to start off with?
Absolutely. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult. Me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret. And I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology.
Let's talk about the massages.
Okay.
Watching the content yesterday, it was disturbing.
It was wrong. It was wrong that I ever put anybody in that position. It was the wrong thing to do. I'd never do it today. I'm embarrassed that I did it then. I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation. And even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable. So I owe them an apology as well.
So for those of you who do not know, and I'm gonna pause this at times so that way we won't get struck over here, but what Video Village is that, you know, of course, if you are doing a sitcom, there is a 3-camera shot. Usually camera 2 is a wide shot on everybody. Camera 3 is on one actor. Camera 1 is on another actor. So that's usually a multi-camera sitcom setup. Most of the programming that Dan Schneider made was sitcom based. So Video Village is where as the director, the producers, this, that, and the third are live on the set. There is a backstage called Video Village where they have different monitors and things like that. So let me go back for 1 minute with the SNCC on air dare thing here. Let me go back because it does give a very good contextual clue here. Okay, so right here, let's go back to this. So back here is backstage. So just imagine a bunch of monitors.
I've just been informed that the dogs have arrived. All right.
So just imagine a bunch of monitors back here, and there are different producers watching the playback footage. So like when you see behind the scenes videos like Tyler Perry doing what he's doing, and he's like, and action. Okay, cut. That he's at Video Village. So that's to just give you guys a little bit of context in the game. All right, let's get back to Dan Schneider, who was given his response to Quiet on Set. Let's go.
Dan, talk to me about the writer's room. From what I saw, not cool.
No. And I don't mean to cut you off, but if I can cut right to the chase, let me just say, no writer should ever feel uncomfortable in any writer's room, ever, period, the end, no excuses. Most TV writers, comedy writers have been in writers' rooms, and they are aware that a lot of times there are inappropriate jokes made and inappropriate topics come up. But the fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leading the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it. And I can tell you why it hurts really bad for me. I remember very clearly my early experiences, my first experiences in the entertainment business. I was green, I was scared, I was excited. It meant the world to me that I was getting those opportunities. And I went in and I got lucky because they were great. My first couple of experiences were fantastic. And the fact that And the fact that I didn't pay that forward to every employee that walked through my door, it hurts my heart because I should have. And I wish I could go back and fix that. In the writer's room, there's no doubt that sometimes those jokes went beyond the pale and I said things that went too far or made practical jokes that went too far. And that was wrong. And that was because, I was an inexperienced producer. I was immature. Wouldn't happen today, but I'm just really sorry it happened.
Yeah. Now, we know you've had a lot of success over 2 decades. Thousands of people have worked with you, for you.
Okay.
Let's speak directly to the people who did not have a good experience with you.
Okay. I would like to speak to those people because I hate that anybody worked for me and didn't have a good time. You know me. You've been on my sets. Look, I've had some employees that have worked for me for 10 years, some more than 20 years, who would work with me again. But not everybody. There's still a significant number that didn't have a great time working for me. So my batting average isn't nearly high enough in that area. And the way they wouldn't get the best of me is that I would let the pressure of doing 40 or even more episodes per year, I would let that pressure get to me, which a good boss should never, ever do.
Was there specific things that you were doing?
Sure. I would snap at people sometimes. Mm-hmm. I would be snarky when I could have given them a nicer answer. I would not give people the time that they needed. I would be in too big a hurry to get on to the next thing I had to do. And
so like I said, I'm pausing so that we won't get struck over here, but the writer's room is pretty much the heart and soul for any sitcom or drama. There is the head writer and then there are associate writers. So each writer, gets a story. Think about it almost like a daytime talk show. A block is this, and that. B block is this, and that. So different writers will get, trying to think how I put it. They will get assigned a character, right? Okay, so you get assigned. I'm just using an iCard for example. You get assigned to Carly, you get assigned to Sam, you get assigned to Freddie. And so, okay, guys, here's the episode. Okay, well, what if Carly did this? What if Sam did this? What if Freddie did that? Ooh, Spencer falling down and being stupid would be funny. That's how writer's room usually goes. In that writer's room, they write very heavily. There's a show on Hulu that I hate that they canceled this show. It was called Reboots with Keegan-Michael Key and a great cast of characters, and was very meta of Hollywood about how the writer's room worked and bringing back a reboot and this, that, and the third. So, and it had Rachel Bloom from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. If you have not seen Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, watch that show. It was a dramedy on the CW. So let's get back to this here.
Watching that show, there were so many times I wanted to pick up a phone and call some of those people and say, I'm so sorry, and let's talk about it. And I wish you'd had a better time, and I wish I could have shown you a better experience.
Yeah. Now, you've written hundreds of episodes. Thousands of jokes have been told.
Yeah.
But currently where we are, some people think that some of those jokes are inappropriate for children. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that?
All these jokes that you're speaking of, that the show covered over the past 2 nights, every one of those jokes was written for a kid audience because kids thought they were funny and only funny. Okay? Now we have some adults looking back at them 20 years later through their lens, and they're looking at them and they're saying, I don't think that's appropriate for a kid's show. Mm-hmm. And I have no problem with that. If that's how anyone feels, let's cut those jokes out of the show. Just like I would have done 20 years ago or 25 years ago. I cut it. I want my shows to be popular. I want everyone to like it. The more people who like the shows, the happier I am. Yeah. So if there's anything in a show that needs to be cut because it's upsetting somebody, let's cut it.
So I think it's big for you to say with your work, if it's viewed as that today, you don't have a problem.
Cut it.
I mean, that's a solution.
The last thing I want to ever do is put any content in a show that's going to upset my audience and make them want to turn off the TV. Why would I ever want to do that?
That makes sense. I want to give you an opportunity to kind of elaborate on something.
Okay.
The thought process from the series is you had the power to just write a joke and no matter what, it's going on TV. You just had that.
Oh,
that
no.
The notion that I had the power to just produce whatever I wanted and have it air is completely false.
No.
Okay.
There were many, many levels of scrutiny. Okay. We had executives in LA. We had executives in New York.
So two coasts.
Two coasts
Okay.
of approval.
Coasts.
Yes. And by the way, approval at every stage, really.
Okay.
And I'm talking about wardrobe. I'm talking about makeup, sound, sets, dialogue, jokes, everything.
Now, when you say approval, these obviously that's a hierarchy, not your colleagues or people in the room. Okay.
No, not my colleagues. No, these are my bosses. Bosses, and then their bosses, and then their bosses. And they're approving all of this stuff.
Okay.
Okay. And we're also shooting it in front of all sorts of adults and caregivers and the set teacher and the families. Everybody's watching it. And if anybody had said anything, hey, we don't like that, that's not appropriate, it would have been cut out.
Now, I'm gonna push back a little bit because the series
Mm-hmm.
painted you in this way that you were just the guy that was doing what he wanted, and people were afraid to confront you about things. So say that was the case. What would have been the ultimate way to?
Okay. If nobody on the set, if all of the dozens and dozens of adults that were on the set, if they didn't say anything, if my bosses said, if they insisted, you got to make a change here, you got to cut that, I had to do it. I had no choice.
Got it. Now this next one, it kind of hit close to home. Being a new father, I wouldn't be opposed to my child being in the entertainment industry. Doesn't matter what age. Yeah. Seeing some of those on-air dares.
Yeah.
Seeing it now from where you are now in your life. What do you think of that?
I think that some of the on-air dares went too far. I think they pushed the envelope too far. Not all of them, not most of them, but some did. Nickelodeon wanted to do their version of Fear Factor. At the time we were shooting all that, so I was tasked with doing these on-air dares with the All That cast. So we get with the writers and we come up with all these ideas, and it's hard to do because we don't have the budget of Fear Factor, and we can't put the kids in dangerous situations like the adults are put in. So it was hard to come up with stuff. But we would come up with all these ideas of dares they could do. We would give them to the network, and they would say, tell us the ones that were okay.
Right.
Those are the ones we shot. Those are the ones that aired. At the time, I had no indication that any kid ever had a problem with them. But when I was watching the show over the past 2 nights, I now know that there were kids who did have problems with the on-air dares. And it breaks my heart. And I'm so sorry. I am so sorry to any kid who ever had to do a dare or anything that they didn't want to do or weren't comfortable doing.
So like I said, Snick on-air dare, the thing that you guys saw Bryan Hearne getting licked, having peanut butter put on him and being licked off of dogs, that was one of the on-air dares. And of course, you can't put kids with bugs or snakes or anything like that because, hello, they're kids. They're more fatal to being accident prone than anything else.
We went out of our way to make sure they were safe and that everything was done properly. But if a kid was scared and didn't want to do it, kids shouldn't have had to do it.
Yeah.
Period. The end.
Right.
And if I had known at the time, I would have changed it on the spot.
Now, we also saw the series highlight 2 former writers of yours, 2 women, who spoke about a wage discrepancy. Now, I know that you don't divvy out salaries. Talk to me about that part.
Well, you're correct. I have nothing to do with paying writers. I never have. I've never made a writer's deal. And of all the writers I've been in a writer's room with, I never even knew how much most of them were getting paid.
Yeah, but we saw these 2 women who were writers for you sharing one salary. How does that happen?
It's very simple. There's a common practice in television when hiring writers. If you have a spot for a new writer, sometimes you'll go to 2 writers and say, hey, if you 2 new writers for your first job are willing to share a salary, you can both have the job. They have the opportunity to say, yes, that sounds good, or no, thank you. In this case, it was 2 women writers. I've done another show where that teaming was done with 2 male writers and they split a salary. I did another show where it was a male and a female writer and they split a salary.
And these are all first-time writers.
All first-time writers looking for their first gig.
Got it. Now, in the series, they also highlighted 2 Black actors who said that they felt overlooked. Now, I want to be clear. I'm never going to speak on anyone else's journey. Yeah, I can talk about my experience, how my experience was with you, what I saw prior to working with you. But again, I don't want to speak on anyone's journey. I saw you be honored for diversity.
Now, I think the two people that he's talking about is Bryan Hearne, who we heard got called a piece of charcoal by adult at Nickelodeon, and then Giovanni Samuels, who was on all that. So I think those are the two black cast members that he was speaking about.
In your work.
Yes. And the reason for that is diversity has always been very important to me in my shows. If you go back to the very first Nickelodeon show I ever made, that's very evident, as it is in the second one, and then the first movie I ever made for Nickelodeon, which starred Kenan and Kel. And every show I did after that had a lead black actor in it. I'm very proud of that. It's very important to me. And not only am I proud that they were in my shows, I'm exceptionally proud of the achievements they've had beyond my shows, and they've gone on to bigger and better things, and that gives me a great sense of pride.
Well, something that really kind of bothered me was how they depicted your relationship with the cast.
Yeah, it bothered me too.
Yeah, just me being there, I knew the dynamic was trust. I understood that in situations where they may have had turmoil, whether it be with their families, whether it be other castmates, it came to you versus how they made you look. With that said, Amanda Bynes was brought up in the series and her emancipation and how you were involved in that. Can you talk to us about it a bit?
Sure. Amanda was between the ages of 16 and 17, and she wanted to get emancipated from her parents, which was a fairly common thing with successful young actors, at least at the time.
Sure.
And she wanted that for herself. So she turned to her team, which included her lawyer, her agent, her manager, her publicist, me, because she included me as part of her team, thought of me that way. We supported her. She tried to get emancipated. It ended up not working out. She didn't.
Well, since we're here, let's stay here for a moment. There was also an incident where she had ran away from home, if you would. Can you talk to us a little bit just to clear the air of exactly what happened in that situation?
Yes. One night, it was very late, well after midnight, 1 or 2 in the morning. Phone rang. I answered. It was Amanda. She was upset. She was in distress.
We're almost done with the video. And listen, I know that there are probably some people leaving because it's like, okay, Bray, we get the point. But y'all should know me by now that, you know, when we go deep into a topic, we go deep into every single thing. So we're almost done with the video. We'll talk about Drake Bell. We'll talk about some of the revelations of Quiet on Set, and then we'll take a commercial break, and then Jonathan Majors will be up next. But thank y'all for hanging in there with me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here.
Conflict with her parents, I think her father, and she called me. I was immediately concerned about her safety. I called someone who I knew was fairly nearby. That person was able to go and pick her up. Then I knew she was safe. I felt better. She ended up being taken to the police.
Well, regardless of what some people may think, I think it's only positive that you are there for people when they need you. That said, let's talk about some of the things that have just been swirling forever.
Okay.
You were banned from your set.
Never happened. That is a false rumor.
What happened?
Add it to the list of false rumors.
Talk to me. What happened?
They were adult actresses at the time, and they had their own specific reasons for not wanting to do the show anymore. I'm not judging that. It got tense, and what they don't know, maybe, is I did everything I could to make that show go away. My producer partner at the time, we would call and say, this is not a good situation.
Okay.
So I decided I'm going to do what most showrunners do, which is you're not on the set. There's a director there to shoot it. I'll go up to the writer's room. I'll work on the next script. But because everybody was so used to me caring about every detail of every show so much, for me not to be on the set, maybe some people thought I got banned.
So it was more of an assumption because this guy's usually here and now he's not.
I don't know if it was an assumption. I don't know if somebody thought they were making me look bad by saying I got banned from the set. I have no idea.
Okay.
All I know is I was never banned from the set.
Yep. The darkest part of this series discussed child predators. Now, I want to make sure that we clear a couple of things up.
Okay.
Brian Peck was not hired by you.
No, I did not hire Brian Peck.
This was a Tolan Robbins production?
Yeah. And when Drake and I talked and he told me what had happened.
So Tolan Robbins was, I think, a production company for Nickelodeon. So his production company, Dan Schneider's production company, is Schneider's Bakery, Dan Warp. So just context on that.
I was more devastated by that than anything that ever happened to me in my career thus far. And I told him, I'm here for you. What do you need? Which Drake mentioned in the show that we watched last night. And next, I heard that he went to court when this guy was being tried, Peck. And when Drake walked in, he saw 50 people sitting on the side of the courtroom supporting Peck. A lot of them pretty famous. Of course, Drake was devastated that that happened. And even more disappointing, 41 of those people wrote letters for Peck, character letters, praising him for who he was and asking for leniency. And they knew that he was guilty. They knew he had confessed to some degree, and they still did this. That's baffling that adults would do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people know this, but Drake's mom, a lovely woman who I stay in contact with this day, she came to me at the time and she said, Dan, I'm not good with words like you are. And would you help me with my speech for the judge? And I said, of course. And I did. And he ended up going to prison and serving his time. And yeah, that was probably the darkest part of my career. And here's the kicker that I really don't get. After he got out of prison and was, to my knowledge, a registered sex offender,
He got hired onto another show.
He was hired on a Disney Channel
he got
show.
hired onto Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Yeah.
I don't understand that.
And that should not have happened at all.
I don't understand.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that, man. Are you okay? You want to take a minute?
Yeah, I'm all right. Let's keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we really unpacked some important things. We set the record straight on a lot of things. Before I let you get out of here, I appreciate the vulnerability that you use in knowing that there's definitely things that you would have and should have done differently. Is there anything that we haven't discussed? Anything that if you could go back and navigate the journey differently, what would that look like?
Yeah, there's definitely things that I would do differently. One that I think would be really, really important is when you're hiring young actors, minors, to work in television, I would suggest that we have a licensed therapist there to oversee that process for the specific reason of making sure that those kids really wanted to do this job, that they really wanted to be on television. Maybe they should even be informed about what that means. What's it going to mean if you're famous? What's that going to mean on social media? What's it going to mean within your family? Let them find out. And then that way, if a kid doesn't want to be on a TV show, they can opt out. That psychologist, that therapist could come to us and say, this kid doesn't want to do it, or their parents aren't understanding of what's going to come. And then we could avoid the mistake of ever putting a kid in a TV show that didn't want to be there. And additionally, the main thing that I would change is how I treat people and everyone. I definitely at times didn't give people the best of me. I didn't show enough patience. I could be cocky and definitely overambitious, and sometimes just straight up rude and obnoxious. And I am so sorry that I ever was. And all right, when I watched the show, I could see the hurt in some people's eyes, and it made me feel awful and regretful and sorry. I wish I could go back, especially to those earlier years of my career, and bring the growth and the experience that I have now and just do a better job and never, ever feel like it was okay to be an asshole to anyone ever. Look, I wanted to make funny TV shows for kids, and we definitely did that. But if I could go back, I would get it done in different ways. I'd just be nicer as often as possible and listen more to the people on my team. And I would do everything that I could to make sure that everyone had a good experience. That's what I do differently.
There it is.
I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you.
And there it is, guys. That is Dan Schneider's words there. You know, I know Alexa Nicholas probably has a lot to say. I'll watch her videos on my own time. Very contrite. It's very dicey because in Hollywood, he is right. There are people that do snap. There are people who do go off. There are things and situations and places that they seem to do the most. And he was contrite, but that doesn't mean that he wasn't guilty of what he did. A couple of allegations here, or some of the claims here. Leon Friesen detailed having to wear a ding-dong suit. Yeah. So that happened there. Friesen said, 1 week we got a new script and there was a character on All That named Noseboy. Naturally, I'm in a superhero costume. What's different about this? They give me a prosthetic nose and a large nose. They just put this same nose on this costume. And then in the bit when Noseboy sneezed, a white substance came out through his nose. Y'all can figure out what that is. And then one day, Katrina Johnson got told that she was getting too fat, and Lori Denberg was the fat girl on the show. Amanda Bynes' relationship with Schneider while working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship. Friedman said that parents and kids were supposed to stay together at all times. I think Amanda's dad treated her like a wind-up doll. She had really a lot of pressure expectations from him. Amanda showrunner Chrissy Stan working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship. Female writer Stan Keegan was hired onto the show, and they had to split their salaries. And Schneider would often make a writers play a game where they have to yell out random inappropriate words from hammer to ut. So there is that backstory of sex offenders Jason Handy and Brian Peck, aka Pickle Boy. Most people on set didn't see Handy as anything as other than a friendly energetic production assistant. But MJ started to know Sardar's relationship began to be too intimate. They went to Handy's home in April 2003 and they found over 10,000 images of children, 1,678 images of young girls in erotic poses, 230 images of young girls in sexually explicit poses, 2 images of girls in bondage activities, and 2 CDs. And then Brian Peck did a lot to Drake Bell. So there was racist sketches. We talked about this, how Bryan Hearne did Little Fetus and also Charcoal. And Brown said one of the skits, and I was like, oh, the kid gets to be the crack dealer. Brian Peck's pen pal relationship with serial iller John Wayne Gray. So apparently there was a party and John Wayne Gray had contact or pen paled Brian Peck, and also showed off a self-portrait to the kids. And Peck was arrested on 11 charges of child sexual abuse, including forcible penetration, oral capitulation, sodomy, using a foreign object, and employment of a minor for pornography related to a child actor. Drake Bell's father, Joe Bell, was ostracized for voicing concerns about Brian Peck's behavior. Brian Peck broke Drake Bell's familiar professional relationship with Joe Bell, so the father-son relationship was broken. Drake Bell woke up to Brian Peck assaulting him. Brian Peck tried to get casted as the dad on Drake and Josh. Brian Peck had tons of supporters of his abuse, supporters at his trial in the abuse of Drake Bell. 40 people on that side, while other people didn't support Drake rather. Well-known Hollywood stars, Alan Thicke, Ryder Strong, Will Reedy from Boy Meets World. They have since rescinded their associations. Schneider allegedly continued over his controversial behavior, asking workers to give him massage on set. He alleged sexual innuendos, a shot, foot fetishes, releasing foreplay jokes as well. So those are just some of the many things there. And then finally, we get to Josh Peck right here. Now, these two have had a frothy relationship, but Drake Bell says Nickelodeon co-star Josh Peck has reached out amid abuse allegations. Take it a little easy on him. After Bell revealed his experience with Bryan in his youth, many Nickelodeon fans took to social media to attack Josh. Although Josh and Bryan have the same last name, they are completely unrelated, which people got to do better on being intelligent. Bell has now taken to TikTok to say Josh has reached out to him and asked fans to not be so harsh over his former co-star. I just want to clear something up. I know it's a lot of comments on some of Josh's TikToks and some of his posts. Bell said the video. I just want you guys to know that this is really, this is really, processing this and going through this is a really emotional time for a lot. It's very, very difficult. So not everything is out in public. Of course, I will play a video from Drake Bell because it's his voice, right? So he deserves to be heard.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to clear something up. I've noticed a lot of comments on some of Josh's TikToks and some of his posts, and I just want to let you guys know that this is really processing this and going through this is a really emotional time, and a lot of it's very, very difficult. So not everything is put out to the public, but I just want you guys to know that he has reached out to me, and it's been very sensitive, but he has reached out to talk with me and help me work through this, and has been really, really great. So I just wanted to let you guys know that and to take it a little easy on him.
So there he is, Drake Bell defending his best friend and co-worker and great colleague, Josh Peck there. He continued, but I just want you guys to know that he has reached out to me. Very sensitive. He has reached out to talk to me and help me work through this. It's been really, really great. So just want you guys to know that and to take it a little easy on him. Bryan was arrested in 2003 on 11 charges. I told y'all the charges there. Now that Drake Bell, Nickelodeon shared a statement. Now that Drake Bell had disclosed his identity as the plaintiff of the 2004 case, we are dismayed and sad to learn the trauma that he has endured. We commend and support the strength required to come forward. So I know that was a lot. We're going to take a little bit of a commercial break, and we'll be back with more Virtual Tour Live right after this. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. You are on tour. Rolling.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a Black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of Black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch. Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important,
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back into Bryan Lee's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all of you here. All right, y'all. We have more Virtual Tour Live coming at you right from this space right here and right now. In case you did not know, Jonathan Majors has been sued by his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, for assault, battery, and defamation. Whew, Lord. After Jonathan Majors has been sued by his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, in a newly filed lawsuit, which she alleges that he committed assault, battery, and defamation against her in a series of episodes that took place between 2021 and 2023. In December, Majors was found guilty in a New York criminal court for assaulting and harassing Jabari during one of those episodes during an argument during an argument that took place in Manhattan in March of 2023. Jabari's civil lawsuit was filed Tuesday in federal court in the Southern District of New York. In addition to the New York incident that led to Major's conviction, Jabari alleges that he was physically violent towards her incidents in Los Angeles and London as well. In London in September 2022, Jabari claims Major started hitting Grace's head against a marble floor while strangling her until she felt that she could no longer breathe, but alleged talking her out of seeking medical treatment despite her head injury. Afterwards, the suit says Jabari told Majors in a text exchange that she had brain fog and a constant ringing headache, but he threatened to unalive himself if she sought out a doctor. In the current suit, Jabari asserts Majors has also resorted to very publicly abusing her reputation in the wake of his arrest and following his criminal trial, including calling her a liar at every turn with the goal of convincing the world that Grace was not a victim of domestic abuse, but instead a crazy liar who should be treated as such. In a brief statement emailed to National Public Radio, NPR, Wednesday, Major's lawyer Priya Chaudhry said Jabari's suit was no surprise and that her client is preparing counterclaims against Ms. Jabari. In a domestic violence trial held in New York in December, we covered that here on Virtual Tour Live. By the way, shout out to Pam Esquire as well, and Mims and many others who covered the Jonathan Majors trial as well. Majors was found guilty of 2 misdemeanor counts, assault in the 3rd degree, harassment in the 2nd degree against Jabari. In the split verdict, the jury found Majors not guilty of intentional assault in the 3rd degree or aggravated assault in the 2nd degree, signaling that they did not believe Majors had intended to hurt or harass Jabari before their argument. Majors is expected to be sentenced April 8th. Within hours of the December verdict, Marvel and Disney announced that they were dropping Majors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the MCU franchise. He played Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man Quantumania, and he was also in Loki as well. And there was supposed to be many stories featuring Kang the Conqueror with Jonathan Majors as the star. Earlier, the Marvel had planned to feature the then rocking Hollywood star at the center of a upcoming Marvel Cinematic Universe film, or MCU film. An article published by New York Times in February, two other ex-girlfriends of Majors, Emma Duncan, who Majors was engaged between 2015 and 2019, and Mara Hooper, also made accusations against the actor. Both women alleged that Majors had been controlling and emotionally abusive, while Duncan also accused him of physical violence. Through Chaudhry, Majors denied both women's accusations, and Chaudhry described those relationships as toxic. Last June, Rolling Stone published allegations of physical, mental, emotional abuse by Majors against two romantic partners while he was a student at Yale University's David Geffen School of Drama beginning in 2013. Through his attorney at the time, Dustin A. Push, Majors vehemently denied all those accusations. Well, I mean, listen, at this point with Jonathan Majors, right? I mean, he is guilty on the accounts that he is guilty on. He is not guilty on the accounts that he's not guilty on. And I feel like this lawsuit at this point is just kind of hammering it in. He's already in the coffin. The nails are already in. And now you're just trying to put more nails and make sure the nails get to his mental skin at this point. Now, listen, if Jonathan Majors has done stuff behind the scenes to, ruin your character, okay, because at that point, it's uncool of what he's doing because he was found guilty. You can't ruin somebody's reputation because you were found guilty. But if that's not the case, then this lawsuit is not unnecessary. So, and speaking of Jonathan Majors here, he is getting ready for a movie. Here in the gym for work unbothered by ex-girlfriend's lawsuit. So, I don't know if he was with Megan Good at the time or not, but let's see here. Sorry, I should be playing here in just a moment here. Okay.
Hey, Jonathan. How are you? Looking good. I know. I mean, I see your trainer here. What are you training for?
Work.
Work. Okay. What kind of work? Like a project? Any acting or anything?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Tell me a little.
Fingers crossed.
I kind of want to know a little. Fingers crossed. Does it feel good to get back into acting, doing what you love?
Nothing better in the world. Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I want to know.
Except my kid.
Huh?
Except my kid.
Except your kid?
That's better than acting. Yeah.
Okay.
And Megan.
And Megan?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. I mean, I want to know, you guys are so in love on the red carpet last month. I mean, I got to ask, what's so different about Megan for other past relationships?
My heart. Yeah.
Oh, she's your heart. I mean, why do you guys think you work so well as a couple?
Connection.
Connection? Okay. I love that for you.
Understanding. Love. I go on.
Of course. And I wanted to ask you last question. I mean, I know your ex is, filed another lawsuit against you. I mean, how have you been feeling? Yeah. I mean,
I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised?
No, I knew it was coming from the beginning. Really.
Okay. I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, I'm sure you're ready to put this all behind you.
I am ready to put it behind me. I can't say much else about it, though.
Okay.
That's the law.
Of course. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
So there he is, Jonathan Majors there. He is in the gym, allegedly, for maybe a new movie role. So we'll see what the movie project is, and blessings to him and making good. All right. Lord, a lot going on in the world today, ain't it? Well, let me see. Beyonce. So we're going back to National Public Radio here. Beyonce's new album is inspired by backlash to her entering the country music genre. Queen Bey has entered the country music genre, but make no mistake, this is no random sliding into the charts. With less than 10 days until the release of her 8th studio album, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce is reflecting on making the upcoming album as she explained to fans the inspiration behind it and how exactly the piece of art came to life. In an Instagram post on Tuesday, the singer-songwriter shared a photo. Ooh, wait a minute, we'll open up a new tab. I'll enter that. Those Tiny Desk concerts are so cool. So anyway, in an Instagram post on Tuesday, the singer-songwriter shared a new photo of herself wearing a red, white, and blue outfit, sitting on a horse while holding up an American flag. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the supports of Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. I feel honored to be the first Black woman with the #1 single on the Hot Country Songs chart, Beyonce wrote. That would not have happened without the outpouring of support from each and every one of you. My hope is that years from now, the mention of an artist's race as it relates to releasing genres of music will be irrelevant. She added, here she is here, doing what she does right there. I ain't mad at her. Listen. Right here. Today marks a 10-day countdown to the release of Act 2. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. This album, and I say because I already read that part. This album has been over 5 years in the making. It was born out of an experience that I had years ago where I did not feel welcomed. And it was very clear I wasn't. Out of that experience, I did a deeper dive into the history of country music and studied our rich musical archive. It feels good to see how music can unite so many people around the world while also amplifying the voices of some of our people who have dedicated so much of their lives educating on our musical history. Criticisms I faced when I first entered this genre forced me to propel past the limitations that were put on me. Act 2 is a result of challenging myself and taking my time to bend and blend genres together to create this body of work. I have a few surprises on the album. I've collaborated with some brilliant artists who I deeply respect. I hope you can hear my heart and soul and all the love and passion I poured into every detail of every sound. I focus this album as a continuation of Renaissance. I hope this music is an experience and creating another dream where you can close your eyes and start from the beginning and never stop. This ain't a country album. She did say it is not a country album. She said it ain't a country album. This is a Beyonce album. This is Act 2, Cowboy Carter, and I'm proud to share it with y'all. Well, while the 42-year-old did not go into detail about what experience made her feel unwelcome, fans speculate the singer was referencing her 2016 appearance at the CMA Awards, where she performed her country pop song "Diet Lessons" off her Lemonade album, along with the Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks. While the crowd reacted positively to her performance, Beyonce herself received some racist backlash from country fans who criticized CMA's decision to let her perform. Huffington Post reported. So, with that being said, Cowboy Car Act 2 Cowboy Car is the 32-time Grammy Award winner, second installment of her 3-act project following her 2022 dance album, Act 1 Renaissance. Her single, Texas Hold'em, which was released alongside 16 Carriages on February 11th during the Super Bowl, in partnership with Verizon, by the way, shout out to Verizon, debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. The publication said Beyonce became the only other solo woman alongside Taylor Swift to achieve the feat with no accompanying artists, according to Billboard. Additionally, 16 Carriages debuted at #9, so debuted in the top 10 for the Hot Country Songs chart and number 38 on the Hot 100 chart. Cowboy Carter is set to be released on Good Friday, March 29th. There. So let's go to this here because there is context to that story there. Let me see. So here it is here. Shout out to Hughes and Culture, a great Instagram page.
Beyonce. I don't know whether it was because of your country fans who felt you had betrayed them or she wasn't country. I remember it was just a big fucking brouhaha that you showed up with Beyonce. Criticized for that, right?
It was just a weird vibe in that building. We hadn't done anything, country award shows or anything since the controversy. Let me just say, the week we worked with Beyonce is the single greatest working week of my professional life. It was
That's awesome.
To watch her world, to see how she does stuff. She's a perfectionist, and to see the power she has as a female and a Black female is incredible. And I guess they can rate those shows now by the 15 minutes. It's
Absolutely.
the highest rated 15 minutes in CMA history. And then they start getting, racist assholes bombarding their website with comments and emails and whatever. And so they take her down. They took our performance.
Performed with Beyonce. I don't know.
That part. Clock that T. Clock that T. Clock that T. Now, what's going to end up happening is if she wins a Grammy Award for country song, and she wins a CMA, then what y'all going to say? Not shit. And finally, y'all, finally, man, this is a jam-packed show today. It really is. Finally, Mashable. By the way, shout out to Mashable, another great website there, another great website. Bumble rethinking women making the first move. Some users see the feature as a burden, the dating app new CEO says. This came out on March 12th, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it because we have talked about dating apps here on this channel. I mean, I even told you guys about how Match is not making people, but they're offering $1,000 service for Tinder Select. I've been approved for it, but I ain't got $1,000 to blow. Okay, listen. Look, I would spend $1,000 toward a car first before a dating app. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. Since its inception in 2014, dating apps Bumble stick was women users make the first move, meaning only women users can message male matches first, and within 24 hours of matching at that. Over the years, the concept has somewhat eroded. It was always slippery for LGBTQ users, for example. Women can obviously message other women first, while men messaging other men would have to message first too. And then in 2022, Bumble added more gender options, which raised the question, can non-binary people message first or only women? Turned out, Bumble allowed non-binary users to message first. I'm good for now. Now, 2 years later, Bumble's new CEO, Lyndon Jones, told Fortune that she's reconsidering women making the first move on the app. Jones took over as CEO from Bumble founder Whitney Wolfe Herd, who stepped down at the start of last year. Women messaging matches first has obviously been our signature, Jones told Fortune, but feels like a burden for a subset of our customers today. Apparently, this reconsideration began under Wolfe Herd, and Bumble is now testing different options for a relaunch later this year. One option, according to Fortune, is giving women pre-written messages. AI-generated icebreakers are already on Bumble for Friends, the platonic version of Bumble. So basically, when you go in on Bumble, there's dating, there's friends, and there's biz. Now, they took the friends part, so the friends option is still on Bumble, but they made a different app just for friends. Another option is allowing men to message first. If Bumble scraps women making the first move, it will be a stark change for the decade-old app. Some users may see it as relief. Matchable has reached out to Bumble for comment, rather. Now, I think Priyanka Chopra is also an investor of Bumble. Let me make sure of that very quickly here. Yeah, they're always going to have something to say, but guess what? They can't do what you do. And that's why I focus on. You can never have the capacity, capability, or comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to do what I do. So why should I give a fuck about you? Okay? Okay. And by the way, those same people that are hating, if Beyonce paid off their debt. Oh, hell, Queen Beyonce. Oh, hell, Queen Beyonce. Oh, hell, Queen Beyonce. I'm going to need y'all to keep the same damn energy. Because I said this to a couple of friends of mine. We were watching the Oval on BET, and they were like, "Oh, I don't like Tyler Perry's Ryan and stuff." I'm like, if he offered you $250,000 deal, if he offered you a $250,000 deal, would you take it? And they said, "Well, Brian, it's $250,000." No. Congratulations. # you played yourself. It changes when that person gives you an opportunity. If you don't like somebody, then just don't like them. But don't then change or code switch, rather, just because it's an opportunity. Like, keep the same damn energy. I wish everybody well, but I will also call your ass out if you do some wrong-ish. But the same person that will call you out some wrong-ish will also celebrate you when you do some right-ish. See what I mean? You cannot like people, but still wish them well. It's just foreign to people who don't have the capacity, capability, or comprehension of brain cells to form a brain to execute that energy. Okay? That's it. That's all I could put in the story. Priyanka Chopra Jonas Bumble. Yes. Here it is. Let me send this to y'all. Like, we just gotta call a thing a thing. I'm sorry. Like, you look at my content compared to others' content, you can see who's a real content creator. Like, let's not have a competition here, because it would be easy work. Very easy work. Okay, listen. So let me pull this up. So here it is here. See, what did I tell y'all? I keep my ears to the streets on anything and everything. So Priyanka Chopra Jonas is the ultimate hyphenate award-winning actor, producer, philanthropist, activist, and entrepreneur. Today, she adds Bumble partner, advisor, and investor to that list. Priyanka joins the Hive ahead of our upcoming expansion into India. She'll play a pivotal role as we make our debut in this new market. Bumble and Priyanka first began collaborating for the launch of our networking mode, Bumble Biz, in October 2017. It was then that she and our former CEO, Whitney Wolf, realized the potential of joining forces to amplify our efforts. From then on, they began architecting a plan to partner and collaborate on our rollout to India. Women want love, they want friendship, they want to find a career, and that's the uniqueness of what Bumble delivers, a digital community that encompasses all of that while empowering women to take charge of their lives, said Priyanka. I've always believed that investing in women is key to social transformation and economic growth. And in working with Whitney and her team over the past year, I'm inspired by the real positive change Bumble is creating, proud to have the opportunity to contribute to this movement as a partner. Priyanka's manager, Anjua Achara, I'm so sorry, Queen. I did not mean to butcher that. Listen, I am a black man from Little Rock, Arkansas. And listen, we know Braylon, we know Crystal, we know names that are easy to pronounce, but I give my best shot because I believe everybody deserves to be heard, everybody deserves to be embraced, and everybody deserves to be respected. Amen. Also joins Bumble as a strategic advisor. There are hundreds of millions of young women in India that are part of a larger movement to take control of their lives. They are demanding respect and independence, she says. Bumble's values are beautifully reflective of that movement, as their mission is driven to empower young women worldwide and to give Indian women, I think they meant to say women, but they said woman, but to give Indian women a non-judgmental digital neighborhood where they can feel safe and confident as they connect for work, friendship, and love. Bumble will officially launch in India this fall. So this article was a while back, guys. So Bumble is in India, but I'm reading it as you guys are hearing it. Bumble will launch in India this fall after spending the past 9 months building a local team, defining a go-to-market strategy, and engaging key partners in the market. Large-scale marketing and events hosted by Whitney and Priyanka will kick off in major markets this fall, with sustained activations taking place across a range of other metropolitan markets over the next few weeks. Bumble will roll out specific features focusing on features focused on adding a vital layer of protection to Bumble safety standards, which already include photo verification, photo and profile moderation by a team of over 4,000 worldwide. Bumble has also localized the user experience with versions of the app both available in English and Hindi for iOS, Apple, and Android. So there you go. You know, I think, hey, Nikki News, good to see you, Queen. We covered a lot. But it's always good to have Nikki News in the building. Love you so much. You know that. Nikki News is more than I can express. Same with Lady B and all of you who come over from the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul, the foundation of my being. It really does mean the world that you guys see something in me. It means much more to me than you guys will ever know. And by the way, we're at 1,860 subscribers, by the way. Appreciate y'all for that. Y'all are awesome for that. On our way to hashtag 2K Bray, inspired by Wouldn't Take Talk. So 2K Bray is our goal. We are definitely hashtag on the way. What do I think about the story? I think that, you know, there are some men that would like, I mean, there's some beautiful women on Bumble, right? And I think that women messaging first does hurt the process a little bit, even though I am proud that a woman founded this company and that she said that women have the right to message first, because some men, as we have seen on this channel from the stories I've covered, they're a little out there. They're a little out there, right? And so I believe that women having the freedom, the distinction, and the privilege of messaging first is a great thing. But also, too, when women aren't messaging men, it kind of hurts the app, right? If you're trying to create all these connections. So I think Bumble will do what's best for them. It would be nice to message some women. You know what I mean? And you do get at least 24 hours, but most of the time, dating apps become mobile entertainment. So there you go. Whoo, y'all, we made it through all that. 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 48 seconds. We covered all of that. We covered Amanda Seales for the first 46 minutes and basically debunking her lies of being ostracized by the industry or blackballed, when really it's her attitude that determined how she ended up. We talked about Bryan Hearne being called a piece of charcoal. We talked about Dan Schneider. Of course, Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV. We talked about that documentary. It was a 2-part documentary that aired March 17th and 18th from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Investigation Discovery. It's also on Max. I think it's also on Discovery Plus. Don't quote me, though, on that. We also talked about Drake Bell and how Josh Peck, his former co-star, reached out to him. Got to hear Dan Schneider's words from him. Jonathan Majors, he is working out apparently for a new movie role. Yes, indeed. And also his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, has given him or has made a lawsuit against him. Beyoncé, you know, gives her reasons about why she is stepping into country music. And then finally, we just talked about Bumble, the new CEO, is thinking about changing the fact that women message first on Bumble. So a jam-packed show per usual. Oh, man. I love our show. I really do. I really, really do. Really. I mean, we actually cover actual things over here. Like, we don't gotta make anything up to exist. We don't gotta do the most to be seen. We don't have to use other people's pain as content and destroy the culture. We don't do that over here. We add to the culture. We don't subtract from the culture. We add to the culture. So I dropped the link if anybody wants to come on up. Here, let me do this here. I know it's on one person, but y'all know we keep it consistent over here with you guys having a voice on this channel, because without you guys, there is no channel. And any content creator that thinks that you can do this by yourself, you can, but without the people, there's nothing there. You know what I mean? So it's all good, Lady B. I appreciate you, Queen. It is all good. Listen. I will do the show with one person or a million people. You understand me? Listen, we do what we do over here very well because we're different over here. We are very, very different over here. I know you lying. Shout out to recaps and reviews. By the way, speaking of recaps and reviews, She just debuted a new video that Heavenly and Carlos King will cover the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, why is Dr. Heavenly covering Love and Marriage Huntsville when it's not even her show? What are we doing here? Really? Really, Dr. Heavenly? You don't have your own ish to handle on your own show? Child, birds of a feather flock together. Carlos don't cover his own shows. And now he's going to cover LAMH with Heavenly? Okay. I guess, child. I guess. I mean, listen, if you covered your own show, it would make sense. And Dr. Heavenly does cover the show, so I will at least give her that. But, like, still, you don't even watch the show. You're just doing this just so you can get some social capital. Like, really? Really? Okay. I guess, child. Oh, hang on. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Just wanted to showcase Tea Talk with your girl here. She will be speaking with Sweet Tea tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, like I said, tomorrow night I will be over there because what's today? Wednesday. So yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. So tomorrow night is on the thumbnail. Good damn, Braylon, read sometime. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Hashtag USF. But yes, Sweet Tea will be on this channel right here, Tea Talk with your girl, Thursday, March 21st, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern. A couple of people that are live right now. Caramel Real, shout out to her. Chit Chat with QT. I don't know if it's still going because it's a power hour, so she's in and out in an hour. And then Sassy TV from the 803 is live in the course, recaps and reviews. Just premiered a video. So a couple of people are live right now. So there you go. She's good entertainment. That's it. That's all I'm here for. And you know what? Congratulations to Tea Talk with your girl. I mean, I was there. Me and Yvette Bell were there from day one, and to see her go from day one and the way we came in, we had to squeeze those lemons to make lemonade. But we're both in a good spot, and we are bigger than what we went through. Amen. Somebody, amen on that. At least we didn't go hide and then come back out and try to be a help when really. How about this? Don't come out here trying to help when you really were a hindrance. We didn't do that. I don't know who on YouTube does do that, but me and T-Talk didn't do that. Nor will we ever, because we are always helpful. But we're only helpful to people who deserve it, though. And y'all gotta recognize something. Just because they don't support you doesn't give you the right to say that they don't support people. No, they just don't support your ass. That's what that is. Some of y'all are Amanda Seals out here. Some of y'all are Nicki Minaj's out here. Meanwhile, the rest of us are using Megan Thee Stallion's law or Megan's law and whooping y'all ass mentally on it with facts. And y'all can't handle the shit. Just like DJ Academic, some of y'all are sitting in y'all places right now, spewing out anything and everything, and nothing is sticking. You know why nothing is sticking? Is because of who you are. Hashtag clock that T. Itches and Mitches, okay? If it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply to you, okay? Okay, now check that. Child. By the way, no one goes away and hides and then comes back and only has one subscriber. Oh, I stay up to date on what's going on in these streets out here. Just because I don't do a live on everything don't mean I don't miss. And y'all listen, hey, G.A. Leo, welcome in. And y'all, if anything, be thankful that some of these content creators ain't your family members. Because with that one content creator coming out with that sorry ass apology, if she was my auntie, believe me, she would not make it mentally with me. She will be mentally decapitated, mentally, if I was her nephew. But God bless me with the family I have. Thank you, Jesus, for putting me with people who take responsibility, who take accountability, and who give a damn about their soul. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, Father God, help me. Jesus be a fence all around me every day. Anyway. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. I'm going to turn off my camera now because I've done the whole show for over 2 hours. Oh, man, I love our damn show. I really do. I really, really do. Hey, GA Leo, I think this is your first time here. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Leo season activate. Activate, activate, activate. Okay. And you know what? Sometimes my own words come back to bless me a little bit later on down the line. I'm going to show y'all how. I'm going to show y'all how. I'm going to show y'all how. Because I literally posted this 7 days ago. 7 days ago, right here. 7 days ago from yours truly. From Glendale United Methodist Church. Just love everyone. I'll sort them out later. God. Hashtag message received. God, I got you. And Lord Jesus, does God sort them out for you? Mm-hmm. Yes, Lord Jesus. Uh-huh. Look, listen, Georgia Leo, listen. Leos, we are very loving, kind, and gracious people, but don't cross us though. Or we'll be Simba and throw your behind into the running of the wildebeest. And will not give a damn about how you recover. Okay? And some Leos don't let you know up front, but I'm a Leo that lets you know up front. I let you know, listen, I love everybody on my Pride Rock. But if you cross my Pride Rock, I cross you. Understand? Ain't nothing personal. It's only my Pride Rock. Okay? That's it. I got people on my Pride Rock that they're on separate sides of the Pride Rock and they can't stand each other, but yet they love me. And I think we all know people in our life that are in that situation. Very direct, Georgia Lee. We don't got time for ish. We do not have time for ish. And welcome in. I think it's your first time here, and feel free to come back anytime, Georgia Leo. Always love Leos for sure. And y'all, by the way, there's good and bad in every zodiac sign. So can we please get past that? Because it's almost like saying there's no good men out here. There's no good women out here. Hell, sometimes there just ain't no good people. Forget men and women. Sometimes there's just no good people. If you base everything off of a zodiac sign, if you base off of what men are and what women are, hell, guess what? You're gonna be single by your damn self. Real talk. And somebody's probably already told you that in your real life. Real talk. And because you didn't get mad at them, because guess what? They can react to you, but because if someone on social media says it, oh, you feel like you can just say whatever you want to that person. Not over here. Not over here. By the way, boys and girls holler, men and women speak. So why is it called speak with your girl when you're a woman? I guess you must have misgendered yourself. Anyway, did I say that? Bad mouth. I am so sorry. So damn sorry. Lord Jesus, be a fence all around me every day. Jesus Christ. Here's the caveat to that, though. Just because you holler from time to time doesn't mean that you're a man or a woman. It just means you're done with the shit. That's it. That's all. What, Nikki News? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Princes and princesses do anything for attention. Kings and queens do something for a purpose. Princes and princesses do anything for attention. Kings and queens do what they need to do for a purpose. Anybody can be a present to entertain you, but it takes somebody to be a gift to bless you. Some of y'all are opening presents that look like gifts from the devil. The problem is once you open up that present, it's gaining and keeping and draining your attention, and you have no room to have a purpose. You know what, Nikki News? I go live so many times a day. Sometimes the things I say run together, child. It really does. It really does. And listen, I wish everyone well. but also be responsible for what the fuck you do. Don't do it just because your ass got caught. And that goes for me too. I apologized to a subscriber publicly because they were defending me when everybody was coming over here trying to get onto Braylon. Okay? So I am responsible for what the hell I do. I know I ain't perfect. And I have always said this. I'm not the best. I'm not the worst. I'm probably number 100 on the short list. But somehow I still made it on the short list because somebody believed enough in me. The surprising thing was y'all didn't expect all those black women and people to come defend your man, your friend, your family member. But where are they now? Ain't saying shit. Shocking. The ones that scream the most got the most shit in their closet. The ones that stay still in who they are, not saying their closet ain't clean, but at least they can move around their closet. Like that message says from Glendale United Methodist Church. Just love everyone. I'll sort them out later. God. And what? If what I'm saying ain't true about you, don't respond. But if you respond, it must be true about your ass to some damn degree. And what? I've cleared out many people. I clear out people like it's Christmas, like it's presents on Christmas Day or gifts on Christmas Day. Ask about me. By the way, Dickie News one time, she actually typed in all the people that I've actually shouted out and defended and embraced over here. So the receipts are on my channel. Hello. Hello. Hell to the low to you, and you. Okay? Okay. Ooh, child, a lot going on. By the way, shout out to Pinky the Housewife, too. Great content creator. Shout out to De Silva. There's Trending. There's Here for IT. Chit Chat with QT, of course. Queen Sheba, of course. DJ Richie Sky. Kimpire. House of Aaron. Bingeworthy. Justin Diego. Tay Ramon panel, the Tay Ramon panel, by the way. Shout out to that brother, just made it to 1,000 subscribers as well. Actually, let me go over to Tay Ramon's panel real quick. Because I think I remember which video I did. Because I don't just talk about who I support. I don't.
Wake up to a new
Who's lying, baby?
every day. Come aboard and enjoy
Yeah, that's a gold card track at sea. I know.
free unlimited open bar.
That is free, but you gotta pay for it. But it's basically free specialty dining,
and more.
This includes flights. That is the Vibe Club there. Beautiful, beautiful.
Experience a different tomorrow with Norwegian.
So I think this was the video that I said it here. I think. Let's see. I think this was the one. I know I said it on one of these videos. I think it was something about Giselle, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all give me a moment, because I do remember. I do remember saying something about this here. Hang on. I think it was this one, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was this one. Who the hell is it? No, I know I said it. I can't seem to find it. Is it this one? Child, I go through so many. You see, I go through so many videos, right? You see, I go through so many videos, and I am mentioning. I cannot remember which video I did. But it was one of these videos, though, I know. Or maybe it was Giselle being out. I'll find it a little bit later on. But yeah, I do remember showing up for him and saying congratulations at 1,000 followers, because that brother is gifted. Do you hear me? He is absolutely gifted at what he does. I mean, first of all, thumbnails are outstanding. And he really gives it to you real. He's a little bit, his flavor is a little bit different than mine. But it takes many flavors to make the world go round. You know what I mean? It takes many flavors to make the world go round. Let's see, because I think you can go back through your notifications, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see something. Comments. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, see, this is why you go back through your history. This is why you go back through your history. Calm down, shut your mouth right here. Let me get up for y'all. Because I actually do support. I absolutely do. I may not mention your videos or anything, but trust me. Right here, 6 days ago, right here. Hey, congratulations on getting to 1,000 subscribers. You are climbing for sure. This reality TV world is a world. You hear me? Keep being yourself, stand 10 toes down, be willing to move when it's necessary, but always be you. Congratulations, man. And right there, thank you, bro. So I actually do support. So to all the haters, the spectators, the people that going to say something about me, go ahead. I know you're probably screen recording. Go ahead, get that screenshot of me supporting a black man in the sector. And I mean the sector of reality TV and hot topics. Go ahead. I'll wait. Sure will. I'll wait. Go ahead. Get your screenshots. That's right. Braylon Lee supporting a black man. Shocking. 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 I know the receipts are just, oh my God, the receipts are just so treacherous. I know. Let me show y'all. No, lady, we gotta strain this out. You know what I mean? Because quite frankly, it's getting a little out of hand. You know what I mean? Just we gotta make up things to exist. Gotta use people's pain. Gotta come out with sorry ass apologies when there's no good, when there's nothing good in that piece of shit as a human being. You know what I mean? So just. Yeah, I looked it up. So what? It is what it is. We look up each other all the time. It makes no difference between me or you. So but let me look up Color Me Entertained, because I want to show another receipt. And this is just to show that I actually really do support people. Color Me Entertained. So here is Color Me Entertained. By the way, shout out to this great content creator. And this video right here. This video right here. Oh, and look right here. Look right here. Braylon Lee, a black man supporting a black woman. Look at that right there. You are a great content creator. Love the content. Love the content, by the way. I think your commentary is so on point. It's so sad that people who do nothing for people have the most to say about people who are doing something. It's quite a sad display. Hey, Braylon, thank you so much. And I agree, it's really sad. Like literally, how empty do you have to be to get full off of hate? So a black man supporting a black woman. Shocking. I go ahead, get y'all receipts. Get it, 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 get it. Please. Screenshot it. Screen record it. Do whatever you need to do. Brilliantly supporting a black woman. Shocking. I know. Oh my God. Oh, and here's me supporting here's me supporting a black man right here. Tay Ramon panel. Shocking. Grab it. Get it. Claim it. Get it. Okay? So the words of Karen here. We good? We good. Gotta let people know about themselves sometimes. Hell. Is it being petty when it's factual receipts, Lady B? Is it petty when it's factual receipts? Is it petty when it's factual receipts, though? I'm just asking questions. That's all I'm doing. Just asking questions. That's all. That's it. That's all. To put in the story. That's all. My Lord Jesus. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. That's it. That's all could put in the story. I just thought that, Color Me Entertain, great content creator. Love her content. Here it is here. Great content creator. Just drop those factual receipts in the timeline, just in case people want to say Braylon hates black women or Braylon doesn't support black men. Just in case that narrative wants to be spun around the world, all around the world. Aye. Just in case. That's a black man, Tay Ramon panel. Just to show y'all his YouTube page right here. Let me bring him up right here if y'all want to support him. Here is Tay Ramon panel. I'll drop the link in the chat, the live chat that is. Let me do that real quick here. Just, very quickly. Right there, that is Tay Ramon's link there. Sure is. And then, Color Me Entertain. Let's show her off here as well. Yes, indeed. And here is Color Me Entertain's YouTube channel as well. And here is her link as well. Just to add some receipts to the timeline. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. It's not petty when it's factual. What moved the conversation this direction? Honestly, to tell you the truth, when it comes to just responsibility, integrity, and just standing on business in general, we talked about Bumble and how women make the first move and all that stuff, and how there needs to be more integrity in terms of if you want to find connections, then you got to stand on business and things like that. So. But, yep, all good. I'm going to do the same amount of time for Tay Ramon here. We good? I love our damn show. I really do. You know what? I think on that note, I think it's time to hang on. Greta's asking where I've been. With that being said, let's get the Daily Motivator up and head on out of here, y'all. Oh, this was such a great live. It was. It absolutely was. It's time for the Daily Motivator, everybody. What you need remains hidden where you least want to look. Let's see here. It's time for the Daily Motivator. For Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, fresh possibilities. No matter how many years you've passed through, you'll find fresh possibilities in each new day. Today is no exception. The burdens may be heavy. The challenge is great. Your opportunities abound to live with purpose and fulfillment. Look beyond the concerns and limitations of the moment. Align your thoughts and actions with the goodness that can be. You always have potential that has not been fully realized. There are plenty of good things you can do that have not yet been done. The stretch of time you are just now entering is one you can fill with meaningful purpose and tasting value. Draw energy from the realm of possibilities as you move forward. Feel the sense of excitement as you activate your abilities with intention and focus. Now it's time to live at your highest level, Ralph Morrison. You know, I appreciate this because I always say three things: let your mind be present, let your spirit be available, have the soul to be open to what can be. And I always have the soul to be open to what can be, but I don't accept everything into my soul. So that's the first thing I would say. Let your mind be present, let your spirit be available, but have the soul to be open to what can be, but don't accept everything into your soul. Your body is not just a temple for your food, but it is a temple in terms of what thoughts you allow into your soul, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing, align your thoughts and actions with the goodness of the goodness that can be. A lot of times in life, the reasons why nothing good happens to us is because we don't put any energy towards something good. What's 1 + 1? 2. What's 2 + 2? 4. What's 3 + 3? 6. What's 4 + 4? 8. What's 5 + 5? What's 5 + 5? 10. So you see how I'm adding something and it's doubling it? You have to add positivity to positivity in order for you to get a positive result. Okay? And finally, now it's time to live at your highest level. Here's the caveat to that. The highest level that you think you deserve to be at may not be the highest level that you will reach. Maybe you're reaching the highest level of what it is to be a parent right now. And maybe your next level is you being that entrepreneur. There are levels to being an entrepreneur. There's levels to being a parent. There's levels to being an artist. There's levels to anything that you do. So the highest level is only relative to what you believe is the highest level. And with that being said, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessed interest. You may not be where you want to be, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself. It's another thing to be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully, by spending time together, we're also to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or, you know, you're just standing on business, showing some receipts, and you ain't moving off of your square for no damn body, because it doesn't matter about the people who can't place you anywhere. Worry about the one who gave you the power for you to get to where he needs you, because he gave you the gift, not from heathens on the ground that have nothing good in them know-how, because they weren't born of good. The devil comes to seek, kill, and destroy, or unalive, destroy, and seek who they devour. So with that being said, one love, much love, all love. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. On receive love, you gotta give it. Where obstacles you have overcome, wherever success you have achieved, I'm extremely proud of you on this day. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, please, let's just all agree that everybody's voice matter. And why do I say that? Because guess what? We need examples of what not to be so we can know what to be. Amen. Enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you and me and us as a society, people, and a culture. I'm going to give you one more commercial break. Fireworks. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love. I send it right back to you. Good night, Lady B. Good night, you legendary tours. In the words of the legendary Alpha MC, you virtual travelers, you virtual tour family, and hashtag you have just been on tour. Love y'all. Good night. By the way, tomorrow night, Teach Out with your girls, 6 p.m. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Love y'all. Bye.
This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story. Fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment. Be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour. You inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Now that you've reached the stage in your life where quality television is important, Nubian TV is a black network that speaks to your lifestyle. Nubian TV is the world's first digital network devoted to the upscale and political lifestyles of black people. Nubian TV's programming includes politics, travel, fashion, food, automotive, arts and culture, civil rights, music, and more. Watch now on Amazon Fire TV, Roku, or watch globally at nubiantv.net. Nubian TV, it's what you want to watch.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician, general, author, ruler, man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.